Well, this video came out like how many days ago is it now? 4 days ago. And I still haven't watched it. I didn't know it was 9 minutes long. I thought it was like a 1-2 minute thing. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for this. We'll see.
This world has...
Is that Mona's master? Or am I like tripping out?
always been so. Life abides no reason.
Reason mention? I could just be tripping out and that has nothing to do. It's just the ruler of life.
For none are born by their own consent.
Okay, so it's the ruler of life. Why does she look like Kiana?
Death abides no reason.
Okay.
For it cannot be defied, even by those who see it coming. Time abides no reason. For it...
Paimon Istra theory is looking pretty strong right now.
deprives us all equally, yet brooks not a second to be reclaimed. Space abide.
No, no, I was wrong. No, I was so okay. Oh, I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it. I'm not.
Hides no reason.
What?
The ruler of space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers and mercilessly tore them apart.
What? Who are you? What? Oh, hell no.
The beer... No. This looks more like Rhine-daughter's doing. Please don't litter other people's spaces with your bizarre creations.
Bro.
Unsurprisingly, all life here has been rendered unstable, tainted by the ruler of space. I have seen enough to know that repeating this experiment would be fruitless.
Whoa. She has the things! The Statue of Eternity. Yo, why she got the Thelema cut? Oh, whatever.
You seem to wield my power as if it were nothing but a plaything for your amusement.
Herrscher theory is like almost low-key true.
Although merging with you has stripped me of agency, I shall still continue to voice my disapproval. My dear Rhine-daughter, you have my respect, Nibirius. Your nagging is one of the only things that can get under my skin.
And you, Istaroth? Why did you bestow history upon them?
I had to find some way to pass the time, did I not? After all, It's clear
Oh
that
my god, she's literally Paimon. Oh my god. It was... Okay, so we're right about that. Asmodee. No, her name is not Asmodee, bro. The ruler of space. Oh my god. It actually was Asmodee.
Asmodee is not here.
Me when the code spoils stuff.
Well, perhaps you could share your input a little earlier next time. But you're right. There's no trace of Asmodee here.
Are they
Where has she
missing?
gone? Anyway, it's time I put this space out of its misery.
Hello?
These meetings are just a formality. Does it really matter that only 3 of us are here?
I, for one, think that we should find her. Since the heavenly principles cast us as shape.
Okay, so my theory is still that the heavenly principles is Honkai, like, in terms of, like, not in terms of, like, collapse, but rather similar to, like, the will. I'll get into it after.
Aids. Not one of us has ever missed a meeting.
What if she just switched sides? Finding her would do more harm than good.
Now there's an interesting idea. Better than being devoured.
Just switched sides? You make it sound like such a trivial affair. We are shades, shadows of the heavenly principles. It's unthinkable. Unless she loves her new master more than her own self.
Renova, do you know that you're being watched?
By whom? Whose gaze could pierce this far?
Brother, what?
I remember those eyes. It was just before I placed the curse of immortality.
Oh, hell no. You know, he's aura farming.
Ah, yes. He's an old acquaintance of mine. I'm sure that working for the Tsaritsas helped him let go of his past obsessions.
The Cryo-Archon. With her paltry powers, she dares set her gaze on the heavenly principles.
The heavenly principles have yet to awaken. If I were her, I wouldn't pass on that opportunity either. My dear Rhine daughter, you know I cannot allow you to think that way. It was purely hypothetical, Nibirius.
For lack of a direct order, I say it's time we intervened.
Uh-oh.
Of course, to the extent permitted by the rules.
The gaze of the gods has always been considered a blessing. Hence the origin and meaning of visions. People have always yearned for the gaze of the gods. And yet, it is said that when mortals look directly upon the gods, they invite their wrath and retribution.
Bro.
And what of it? Lives will be lost. A nation brought to ruins. So be it. It is nothing I have not endured before. I already know the price of gazing upon the gods. So tell me, what is the price of killing a god? The god stays silent, as if the thought had never once crossed his mind. To all those who dare not look up to the heavens, Her Majesty the Tsaritsa says this. Behold, even the gods have their limits.
Okay.
Inspection over. Return to your posts.
Make sure the Frostmoon Scions don't pose a threat.
Per the Pale Star Edict, we are to retrieve the damselette from Nod Cry, whatever it takes.
Why is she there? Okay. Hold on. I need to go back. I have to take an L. I have to take an L. My theory was that Asmodee here was... So obviously she's the Kiana variant. Even though before... Tell me like... I mean... Maybe I'm just crazy. Anyway, my theory was that Asmodee was finality, so like similar to how, so she called herself the sustainer of heavenly principles, similar to how you have the Hersher finality and then the Kakuna finality, you would have the heavenly principles and then the the representative or Hersher of the heavenly principles, which in this case would be the sustainer, which is her. And she shares a lot more in common with the finality designs than she does just Void. But I suppose I was wrong, because space and Void are like the same thing when you go by the like artifact names. So I'm gonna have to take the L here. The next thing, at least from the top of my head, is the need to talk about the fact that Isra looks almost exactly like Paimon. Not like in terms of just like her hair or whatever, but like the colors, the ornaments, like holy. Like the crown thing. Obviously the whole thing with Paimon being able to, like, I know it's like, this is like, we're getting into like, what's the word for when gameplay is part of the lore? Or when things that are like, the audience sees are actually something the character sees. Diegetic, like diegetic versus non-diegetic game mechanics. So like, is the ability for Paimon to skip time, like, is that diegetic or is that non-diegetic? It seems it's presented non-diegetic, but I still can't help but think that it's related. Obviously the symbols don't help within the ornaments. What the relation between her and Paimon is another question, though. Asmodee switching sides. That would be on brand for a Kiana variant, but I don't think it's that simple. I don't think we know enough to say anything. I don't know. I feel like... Is there like a voice actor list here? Okay. So I was crazy with the lady here being Mona's master. For a second I thought it was, and I was gonna tweak out. I like their designs. Where is... What's the price of killing a god? Well, depends. If are you... Interesting eye patterns. Okay, I'm like still 100% sure on the idea of them being like Hershers, basically. Like these are the equivalent of authorities. I was clearly wrong about the whole space thing. Like here, if I go to like my... Yeah, this. The colors are on. The colors are similar, but that could easily be coincidence. I don't think they're obviously not related to CL at all, which means my theory is still safe for the Saritsa. My theory is still safe. Hold on. Yeah, the colors are on brand with the authorities. Obviously I don't think the unknown god is void. I was clearly wrong. The reason thing is still up in the air. I'm still not sure about what's going on here. I still... Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at Finality and tell me that she doesn't look... Tell me she doesn't look like Finality. Okay, well, clearly I'll take the L. I'll take the L. Well, Teyvat chapter interlude teaser. That's another mention of Teyvat chapter. Definitely not the name of Genshin part 1. Yeah, I mean, those are like pretty much my immediate thoughts. Yeah, it's a good preview. It's a lot of... The animation is crazy. I didn't mention anything about that while I was watching it. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I'm sure people have talked all of this to death already. Look, sorry. Yeah, I'm sure people have talked about it to death already. I am behind, but we'll see how it goes. Excited for Nodcry. Stay hydrated, and see you later.